Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. It's Jay Williams.
Look at you, giving my hometown some love. Respect to the Queen City. It's going to be a big-time game tonight. Let's see who's ready to play on the floor.
You are a king in those parts. You never forget where it all began. And we're ready to start this one at midcourt. The Pistons begin the game with the basketball. Jackson to Griffin. Detroit with 4 to shoot. Jackson. And the rebound cleared by Gallinari. Beverly to Bradley. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Jackson with it. Down 2. To Drummond. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Beverly to Bradley. Five seconds to shoot. Beverly's shot no good.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
To Drummond. Off the assist.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Beverly to Tobias Harris. Pistons come away with it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
And the 2 for Blake Griffin.
That transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
That's out. Last touch by Avery Bradley. The possession in favor of Detroit. Jackson. To Drummond. Takes stock of the floor. Drummond. Shot from the lane won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where they're late.
To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Jackson with it. Leads a bucket. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Oh, it's rejected by Griffin.
Sent that.
The big fella, Andre Drummond. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
A man down low on the block. Drummond is going to feast in and around the basket. His field goal attempts are limited, so don't expect him to be featured, but you better have a body on him at all times and limit second chance opportunities. Let me tell you why. He collects 26.2% of all misses. That puts him in elite conversation. Him and DeAndre Jordan are the first players ever to eclipse the 26% mark, and the only player to ever do that before in the NBA was Dennis Rodman.
To Griffin. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot there for Stanley Johnson. No good. To Beverly. From long range. Never dare Patrick Beverly. Hits a wide open 3.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Series located outside of the arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Clippers have it. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're a big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Another follow. No good. Pass stolen by Detroit. Rebound taken by Gortat. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back to Southern California after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Knocked loose. Beverly into the front court. Leads 5. Pistons have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Patrick Beverly. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Ish Smith is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 66%. First try at the line, no good. That one won't go. 1 more to come. Unfortunate. Missed all 3 at the line. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. To Bradley. Down to 5 on the 24.
All right, I got yours. You get mine.
Block shot. Ah, that's a 24-second violation. The shot missed by Smith. Beverly into the front court. His team up by 7. To Tobias Harris. Knocks it down off the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Now the Pistons going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Patrick Beverly. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Beverly to Bradley. Down low, Gallinari. No good. Defense catching a break there. Ish Smith to Luke Kennard. To Drummond. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
Old school equals high percentage.
Beverly into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Harris to Bradley. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's Detroit's ball. Smith. Off the iron. No good. Surveys the floor to Tobias Harris. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. Count it.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Bradley. Here comes the screen. Pass stolen by Detroit. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To Luke Kennard. It's blocked. Marcin Gortat.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Beverly into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Harris. To Beverly. Turned away by Drummond.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Beverly. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. It's been all Clippers so far.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Clippers absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Pistons may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Field goals.
The Los Angeles Clippers are keeping things simple, just making their shots. Easier said than done, of course, but it doesn't take an expert to know shooting more successfully than your opponents translates into wins.
Player of the half.
Beverly was a pickpocket in the first half, getting all kinds of steals. I'm interested in the second half.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Beverly into the front court. The lead is 11. Bradley to Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. He's now 5 for 6.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 1-on-1. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Jackson to Drummond. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
LA. Beverly to Bradley. Here comes the screen. Beverly. 5 to shoot. Gallinari off the mark.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Nothing going here on that drive. Reggie Jackson. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Beverly to Gortat. LA with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes.
Drummond to Stanley Johnson. Not today. To Beverly. Has a chance, and he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number one, a hezzy. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number two, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number three, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. Beverly. Defense, making the ball carrier work. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Beverly to Tobias Harris. Not that time.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. But that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's a player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Here comes the screen. Bradley down low for Harris. Tobias Harris above the rim. Now the Pistons going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Ish Smith down low for Griffin. Griffin, he's 3% shooting from the field. Jay, simply put, have we seen Blake Griffin's ceiling?
I think there's a chance that Blake Griffin could potentially be better, but it will be way more difficult when you don't have an elite point guard who can pass the ball and put it for you on a platter each and every possession.
Pass stolen by Detroit. Another chance. Oh, follows and finishes.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Beverly into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Here comes the screen.
Big screen right there, big screen.
A shot at the buzzer, and he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line. Marcin Gortat at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 67%. Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Clippers have the lead. Pistons basketball here to start the fourth quarter. And, Jay, they have got to get something going quick. They have not looked good at all through three quarters.
Well, here's the problem. Guys are out here a little bit lethargic, a little bit lackadaisical, and sometimes great teams think they can just turn the light switch on whenever they want. That's not the way great teams need to operate to win championships. That light needs to stay on all the time.
That's no good. Beverly into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Here comes the screen. To Beverly. Gortat. Curling inside. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. Jackson with it. His guys trail by 10. Knocked loose. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Tobias Harris trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Jackson. Works it up top. 4-3. And the rebound taken down by Harris. Bradley to Beverly. To Tobias Harris. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
It's crazy to think that Tobias Harris is on his 4th team. Milwaukee, Orlando, Detroit, and now the Clippers. But he is one of the most serviceable players in the league. He can get his at any time.
Turns and slams it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Gortat to Bradley. Down low for Harris. Won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Here comes the screen. Kennard. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter.
Visit our team website for the latest news, videos, interviews, and features. You can get all that and more, including the opportunity to attend a post-game press conference. Visit the website for your chance to win.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Beverly to Gortat. Sailed it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
To Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Beverly into the front court. They lead it by 14. Here comes the screen. To Drummond. Oh, nice find for the basket.
No fading on that shot, strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Clippers have the basketball. To Bradley.
Big hit right there.
Shot clock winding down. Bradley has a look. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shots. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Or guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Now a shot by Bradley, no good.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
To Smith. To Griffin. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Beverly into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Screen coming. The screen sets him up for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit. They're down big in this 4th quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench.
And best of all, they're free. You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main entrances around the arena.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Subbing in for LA, number 8, Danilo Gallinari.
Smith. That misses with 3 seconds left. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers were merciless in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with half points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Pistons really lost big in this matchup, and you can tell it was tough on them. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Steals. of the game.
Beverly could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.